Hello everyone, I'm Suzanne. It is lovely to be back with you here today. I'm speaking to you from a rather autumnal Scotland, and today I'd like to talk to you about something that inspires me and inspires many people that I have met across the world, TEFL teaching. I want to talk to you a little bit about my career, how I got to end up speaking to you today about TEFL, and sort of have a bit of a chat about maybe some myths around TEFL and sort of try and clear up some terminology and what have you. So the first thing is, what is TEFL? Well, TEFL is Teaching English as a Foreign Language. It's also EFL, so English as a Foreign Language Teachers. There's lots of different acronyms that people use, but it all means the same thing. It's not teaching poetry and prose and Shakespeare. It's not that. It's teaching the language as a communication tool. So it's the actual language. So if you think about an English teacher is the same as a Spanish teacher, an Italian teacher, or a Japanese teacher. We're teaching the language to actually, allow our students to enable our students to go out there and allow them to use the language in the most communicative and confident way that they can. So how did I get into this? Well, I started teaching English as a foreign language in 2001. Let's not do the maths, it's not important. That means that I've been in the TEFL classroom for 21 years. And, that's how that has happened. I have no idea, except through interest, through passion, through motivation, and also through results. It's a very rewarding career. I think one of the myths around TEFL is that it's a temporary fix for people. You want to go traveling, you want to do a bit of this, or a bit of that, or a bit of something, and so you go off, you get your TEFL qualification, and it's only ever going to last for a year, something like that. Well, my experience is straight away going to debunk that, because I went off and I was teaching abroad for 10 years. So it can last for as long as you want it to last for. This is not something that has an expiry date. If you go into TEFL teaching, you can just keep TEFL teaching if you wish. Now, you might say, well, can I come back to the UK? Can I come back to my English-speaking country and continue to teach? Well, I did. So yeah, why not? So what I did was I came back after 10 years, and by the time 10 years had passed, I had gone into some school management. So I was managing a school out in Italy. And I decided that what I would do is, when I came back, I would look to see if I could find something similar. Now, there was lots of different opportunities. So in the cities and in the towns, there are English language schools there that, are always looking for assistant director of studies, or a director of studies, or a school manager, or something like that, senior teacher, something along those lines. There's lots of different types of roles. What I ended up going into was language schools. So a summer language school is what I ended up managing. And I managed that there for, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 summers, something like that. And it was wonderful, because I studied to get my Delta in order to become the academic manager. So I was able to sort of improve my understanding of TEFL and how to teach. And I was also able to design a syllabus that was going to match not just the ethos of the school that I work in, but also would match the students who are going to come over. So it was a wonderful opportunity for me to develop and to build the school itself. And I continued doing that, and I'm still doing that today. And that's what BLISS is. The ISS in BLISS stands for International Summer School. So that's where my career has taken me now. I started, as I said, 21 years ago out in Italy, and I thought to myself, what am I going to do? Where am I going to do? What's my plan? Where am I going to go? And I decided upon Italy, and I went there. I couldn't speak Italian, which, to be honest, I think really did help my students an awful lot. Obviously, after 10 years, you certainly do pick it up. But teaching English itself, to me, it was absolutely it was such an important role. It wasn't a stopgap. It wasn't something that you can take or leave. It wasn't that. It was such an important role because I could see how much it meant to my students. You know, they were teenagers. There were I had business people. I had entry level staff in companies. I had some nursery students as well, and all these different types of students. They all had one goal, which was to speak English in a way that's going to help them in their future. So this isn't something just to be taken lightly. This isn't something that's just like, oh, well, it's just a stopgap. It's not important. Absolutely not. This is something that is powerful. This is a career that means something to an awful lot of people. And you know, I hate to be selfish, but the satisfaction that I get from that is huge. That's why I went ahead and decided to create my own language school in Bliss, because I wanted to make sure that magic and that power and that empowerment of students continues, and people don't, you know, people continue to learn English in a very, very solid and communicative way. And that's what we do. We use the theory of natural acquisition, so that while our students, yeah, they have formal lessons. Yeah, we talk about grammar and we unpick and unpack and do all of that good stuff as far as the language lessons are concerned. When they come out after their lessons during the mornings, they come out into a world of English. So we talk about activities, we talk about timetables, we have assembly twice a day. All of this is in English, and they start to think in English and they start to talk in English. They start to, you know, sometimes if you're lucky, they report to you the next day that they've been dreaming in English, which is always great. But they make friends in English, they make memories in English. And our students that come, they want to come back because it is such a it's a priceless experience, and it is so valuable. It's so valuable because it takes them out of the classroom and allows English to become tangible, something that's useful and something they know how to use. It's wonderful. I'm so glad I decided to be a TEFL teacher. And if you're thinking about it, I wouldn't hesitate. I really wouldn't. Anyway, that's enough from me for today. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye now.